As the goal of AOT, we operate under our motto that AOT operate the world best airport. So in terms of operating the world best airport, what are we doing? We try to reduce our customers' stress and waiting time in all service touchpoints. We want our passenger to come to the airport with ease and the feel that they come to relax, not come to join the queue and has a long waiting time. So what we implemented in these recent years, first of all, the system of the self check-in and also self backdrop system, so that passengers don't have to wait for the airline to do the check-in for them. And also we implemented biometric in terms of immigration, so that the queues that passenger has to experience at the immigration queues, we can eliminate that. We done that in the last year, installing about 80 auto gates for the immigration, and that has shown a very important success. The people who coming in to airport has increased from last year to this year, but the waiting time itself is greatly reduced. If you're looking at only immigration, it reduced from the average of about 30 minutes to only 4 minutes. So that is a very significant reduction in terms of waiting time. And the process has shown that it's very much hassle-free. The passengers come in and taking in a facial photo and tap in their passport, and that's it. People are, so it's safer, it's less waiting time, and the passenger has responded very positively. So our plan is that all 6 airports under AOT should have the same level of service. So in terms of level of service, we mean that it should have the same facility. So self-check-in, self-backdrop, biometric, as well as the automatic immigration gates. So we plan that by the end of this year, all 6 airports will be implemented the same way, and the reduction time should be reduced, and people will have a choice in terms of getting the service that they want, and they don't have to wait in line. I think the switch over from the conventional method toward biometric or the automatic one will take some time. People will need their learning curve, and people will also have to feel secure that their data is secured with us. So as a choice, we have both the conventional method that people go check in at the counter and then go to the manual gate where people can check their identity. We have the staff who doing that the same way as we did in the past decade. But also we do have a choice that people don't need to queue up. When they go to the check-in, they can use self-check-in, self-backdrop, take in their photo, and then they can choose to go toward the automatic gates, and they will feel that this is safer, and this is also taking much less time compared to conventional method. So in terms of the check-in, we see that one of the pain points of checking in is that the check-in counter open only 3 hours in advance, and there are many people who coming into the airport early and they want to check themselves in and go into the airside, and that has created a crowd in front of the airport. And to alleviate this problem, we are now implementing a 24 hours check-in service, so that people who coming in early, maybe 5 hours in advance, 7 hours in advance, they don't have to wait for the airline counter to open. They can go directly first to our kiosk, and they can check themselves in by this kiosk and then drop their bags and going inside. And also, as an alternative, we are now also discussing opening up the check-in counter 24 hours also, so that all airlines and all flights, when the passenger come in, they can go to this early check-in counter and check themselves in. And that will, I think the service will start by the end of this March, and we should see that if the people are responding positively. We do have the checked according to all of the regulatory body. we report directly to CAAT, which is the Civil Aviation Authority of Thailand, about our process to ensure that the data taken from the passenger is kept very securely, and we don't provide this to any of the third-party inquirer. So we are sure that all of the information given to us will be safe and kept and used only in the process of going through the airport. Improving immigration has been the theme in the last year, and we have installed 80 automatic immigration gates in Suvarnabhumi, and that has shown a great success, especially for the departing passenger. So now all of the departing passenger before, they have to wait in line for the immigration queues, and that takes 20-30 minutes in average. But now with the implementation of these auto gates, all passengers, not only Thais, all foreigners as well, they can use these automatic immigration gates. And for that, we have already measured the time that it reduced from the average 25 minutes to only about 4 minutes. So that's greatly reduced all the queue and all the waiting time in the immigration process. Our next step is to implement these auto immigration gates for arriving passengers as well. But for the arriving passenger right now, to use for all nationality, we need to have what's so-called advanced passenger information system. So we are discussing closely with the immigration police to have this advanced information. The passenger can send their information earlier before they arrive in Thailand. So that is the same way as what's done in Korea or in Japan, that you have to send your passenger information in advance and be processed. Once that process is done, then the passenger can use these automatic gates for their arriving procedure as well. So that will also reduce the time for the arriving passenger.